2016 to 17 S1 Integrated Science First Test Paper Review. So this video is about the multiple choice questions 7 and 8 in the S1 Integrated Science First Test paper. This question requires students to refer to the experimental data in the table to answer the question about an investigation in Sahara Desert. And then next, for question 8, this time is asked about air temperature. So we don't need to take a look on table 1 anymore. This time we'll focus on table 2 because table 2 is discussing about the air temperature. As the experiment goes by, that means when the time increased, the temperature, in these cases, we can see. What do you think? The temperature is going to increase or decrease? So you should be easily told that the answer should be increased. The temperature should be increased because it's increased from 35 degrees Celsius to finally 47 degrees Celsius after 120 minutes. So based on this result, let's take a look on the 4 choices. Answer C must be incorrect because when we take a look on answer C, we can see when the time increases, the temperature here is decreasing. So it's not matched with the information here given in the table. So secondly, we can take a look on choice B. When time equal to 0, we know that the air temperature should be 35 degrees Celsius. But refer to the chart here. When the time is 0, the temperature will also be 0. So again, it's not matched with the table. So the correct answer now will be either A or D. Then we need to look into more detail is that both of them showing an increase in the temperature. And secondly, it's also start at around 35 degrees Celsius. But the main difference between A and D, can you find, is about the x-axis and the y-axis. For A, the x-axis is time and the y-axis is the temperature. And then for D, the x-axis will be temperature and the time will be the y-axis. That means they're in a reverse order. So in these cases, what we need to know is that how can we design which should be in the y-axis and which should be in the x-axis. So just based on a very simple theory in science. X-axis, we are always putting the independent variable, while the y-axis will always talking about the dependent variable. So this is the norm, as is always like this. So let's take a look back on the experiment. So this time, the time would be the independent variable, while the air temperature will be recorded through the experiment. So this should be what we call the dependent variable. So that means which one should be in the x-axis? So x-axis, independent variable. So that means the time should be in the x-axis, while y is talking about the dependent variable, and the dependent variable should be the air temperature. So the temperature should be in the y-axis. So in this cases, we know that it should be x here, and it should be y here. So the answer should be A.